Hey, yo, 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 this is King Earner coming to y'all live and direct. A lot of people are going to be so happy that I'm finally getting to doing a vlog on Domencio Montana Benson. The reason why I say that is because I have some very, very sturdy individuals in my DM speaking of this man. And when they speaking of him, they speaking nothing but honor. And they're kind of giving me the truth. Domencio was banging Alpo the Rat's wife, running down on her, digging her down to the very last compound. And of course, Alpo didn't like that. Now, Alpo didn't like a lot of people fucking with women and things of that nature. If you look into his story and how he was like really going through with the dudes from DC, it was because a lot of times it was about a woman. There's, little shit that G's don't put in the game. Like a real G ain't gonna have his woman all in the mix of his business of what he do in the streets. And when you listen to some of the Alpo stories, man, that's all he talk about. But just vlogging about that chump. Domencio was a man of honor, man, in the street understanding. And one day he was playing basketball in a tournament out DC. And in this tournament, Alpo played also. If you listen to what Alpo says, he speaks on it. And he says that, yeah, oh man, Domencio, man, he had to go. Then all this other, like, cool language that he called himself being cool with, out of the same mouth he ratted on people with. But he said that he shot and that's what I'm mind boggled. I don't believe that this guy could ever go back to New York. I understand that he might have been in the Bronx or doing whatever, but it's a lot of people that love Domencio, and it's a lot of people that's bitter about what he done. Because the chump, from what I'm hearing, even sent the man wife 15 grand, it might have been 10 or 15 grand, to bury Domencio. He sent it to his wife, man. What kind of scum is this? You know what I'm saying? It's like he offered Rich Porter's, I'm told AZ that he'd give Rich Porter mom 50,000 just to, stop mentioning his name. I don't understand this guy, but at the end of the day, man, this message is clear for the youngins, man. You'll be running around in the streets getting a lot of money, right? And everybody will act like your friend. And when you're getting to the women and the women love you, what ends up happening is the jealousy grows thicker, 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 thicker. And because Domencio was laying pipe all in Alpo's wife, he felt the need to call up Wayne Perry and set my guy up for another homicide that he was going to tell on anyway. He already knew that. So at the basketball game, I guess he thought, he was this type of G. So he claimed that after the game was over, Domencio came over to him to shake his hand, and when he came over to shake his hand, he had Wayne Perry soldier blow his head off. My thing is this: what type of man is that bitter that he slides up on a guy, a very sturdy individual, and want to drop him, kill him, in a manner that he could brag on it about it at a basketball game? There is no honor in individuals like that, man. When you're doing things like that, man, you start getting, being called things like the devil, things like dishonorable, things like pieces of shit, things like no value to your life at all because you don't value no one else's life. The DMs that I get, man, I can tell that this boy was loved, man. Despite him, having his little crossings in the streets, he was a G, man. He was a G, and in a negative form of honor, he touched the highest of it, man. But youngins, it's guys like Alpo still out here. It's a lot of Alpos. And you could be banging somebody's girl. You could be banging somebody's wife. Remember, sometimes there's repercussions with that, especially if you're going to that individual as if nothing is going on with you and his significant other. Now, I don't agree with a weak man, doing what Alpo done. But I will say this, youngins. When you out here, make sure that you keep that level of respect with men on this level. Because if you run into a dude girl or a dude wife, you don't got to brag about it to the world that you popping her. Because you bragging may even get her killed, man. You see? What'll end up happening is some of these dudes get that bitter, they'll go home and kill the woman also. The kids, I done read articles, man, where dudes snapped out because somebody else was having sex with their wife. So the goal is to get y'all to see that there is no honor in the streets. But more than anything, it's to show you the character of these individuals. Although these dudes may be drug dealers, although these dudes may have indulged in the streets, guess what? They had family that loved them. And a lot of them chose that life because they didn't have anything. They couldn't get no work, like legal work, from nowhere. A lot of them was going after sports and music. But the number one thing was drugs, because you know why? You didn't have to sign up and have an application to get that, and you could have as many felonies as you want. The only thing, you just can't have a heart. See, if you have a heart and you're in the game, you're gonna lose. Domencio was a good man, man, and I want to shout him out over and over again because I want for individuals to understand that if you are popping somebody's wife, know that the nigga that she deal with don't like you, man. Don't try to be, I understand as a grown-up, because I'm a grown-up, and I got children, so, you know, I gotta be cool with my children's mothers, husbands, and stuff like that. And I feel good about it because I'm an adult, but when you younger, somehow, some reason, in our communities, it's like, kill each other. That nigga ain't got this, that nigga ain't got that, the nigga don't got this, the nigga don't got that. Oh, I'm better than him, I'm better than him. Oh, da, 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 da. And a woman isn't gonna play games and pull strings. So my shouts out to Domencio is very deep and heavily, because I can tell that out of everybody that I speak on, it's like his family and his community, man. Brooklyn must have loved this boy to death, man. And, you know, I want for y'all to stand up, man, and understand that y'all was amongst a good man, man. And like I said, my condolences goes out to his family. I know it was ages ago, but when they see this video, it'll be good for them to see that somebody's speaking good and not really talking about negative things that Domencio may have done, because he's not here no more. It doesn't never mind any of us. I'm King Ernie from the Honor Your Life campaign. Guess what, youngins? None of this stuff that I'm speaking on is to be glorified, but it's to be listened and understand of what not to follow. If it ain't me saying this person wound up becoming this legal individual, or if it ain't me saying that what I feel like that individual would have done later in life after he either passed or went to jail, I don't know what to tell y'all. Follow the good in the message. Don't follow none of the bad. King Ernie, live and direct.